Hello again everybody, and welcome to part 1 of a preview of the Museum Relic campaign for the F-86 and MiG-15. Now this is a DLC campaign that's due out soon, designed by Apache 600, and he was kind enough to allow me to fly a mission in the F-86 and a mission in the MiG-15 just to get a feel for what this campaign, or actually two campaigns, is all about. So just a little background on what we're getting here. It's actually two campaigns, one for the MiG-15 and one for the F-86, but they both follow the same storyline, and I believe the only real difference between the two is that if you're flying the F-86, you have Western or NATO type units and equipment on your side, and if you're flying the MiG-15, then you have Soviet or Russian style equipment and units on your side. But each campaign is 22 missions, and they contain over 400 lines of custom voice acting and recording from 17 different voice actors. So there's a lot of interaction that we get as we fly the missions, as you'll see here. We get over 160 pages of briefings and detailed flight plans, and since the designer, Apache 600, is an airline pilot, the flight plans do a very good job of getting you to and from the locations, something that can be a challenge when putting together missions for older aircraft without the most modern and capable navigation systems in the world. So what I'm going to do here for this preview is simply fly through an F-86 mission and fly through a MiG-15 mission. I'll have two versions of each, one a highly abridged and summarized version that you're going to see here, and another that is more detailed and is done in the style of the gameplay videos that you see here on a regular basis. That will come a little later, and you'll find a link in the video description once that is ready. But for now, let's go ahead and have a look at the overview of this mission, get airborne, and see how things unfold. Now for this F-86 mission, I believe this is just pulled from the middle of the campaign somewhere, and is going to be representative of what a typical mission will go like. It's going to have my F-86 escorted by two Tornado GR4s who will provide suppression of enemy air defenses in the Zugidi area, but our target itself is going to be on the other side of the Nguri River. We're going to use the rail lines and the railway bridges as a guide to give us an idea of where the target is, and also use the town itself as a reference point, and then find the specific target that we're tasked against. I arm the aircraft and I select the default loadout of 16 rockets, and also of note right here, we have a custom skin available for this campaign, one for the F-86 and one for the MiG-15. And unfortunately in this mission, I flew it with the wrong skin. I did not unfortunately use the custom skin, and I'll show some footage of it right here. It does look great, but my apologies for that oversight. And from there, I step to the aircraft and get the startup going. This was a ramp start mission, and I had just enough time to get everything done the way that I like to, and as I got the radio on, I started getting calls from the Tornado escorts, advising me on their status, and more importantly, giving me a heads up when they were about 2 minutes out, and I was able to have myself on the end of the runway as they flew over, and was able to then take off, form up on them, and follow them on in, with a little bit of help from some signal flares that I was able to request through the communications menu. Now it was a short flight up to the target area. I'm just following these guys in, configuring my aircraft systems, and once we arrive, these Tornadoes go to work. So let me go ahead and pick it up in real time starting there.
Enemy SAM signal has been acquired and we have a good lock. Fire when ready.
Okay, now, back out here. Okay, I've got the town. Okay, missile trail right below me. That was probably the Tornadoes, actually. Okay, town right there. Okay, I've got what must be the secondary target right there. That I mean the primary, yep, right up the rail is right there in those trees. I've got a ground unit right here where my cursor is. I've got a column on the road. And I can see some civilian traffic just barely out there beyond as well. Okay, that's fine. I'm over Galley right now. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Train right there. Okay, I've got the primary. That's right there. That's the little train depot. Primary target right there where my cursor is. Secondary target right down here to the right of that. Okay, that was way easier than I thought it would be. It's amazing. You know, if I were in the A-10C right now with a whole lot of systems, it would have actually taken me longer, I bet, to find that than it did just looking out the cockpit just then. Okay, so let me come on around. I'm over Galley. Okay, more smoke trails below me. You'll see on TACVIEW or an external view exactly what that was. I hope that, well, I don't have any obviously RWR detection gear or missile launch warning gear in an F-86. Hopefully that wasn't something on me, but I'm over where I'm supposed to be so I'm not expecting to get taken out by anything long range as long as I stay here.
That's it. All SAM units have been destroyed. Relic 1, move in.
Okay, SAMs are down. I'm cleared in. Okay, so I'm just going to take the aircraft down low, a little bit lower than this, along this road, go off to the right. I've got a column right there. Okay, I'll just take it off straight ahead. I see nothing out there straight ahead or possibly a little bit to the left. I'll go in, try to fire off about 8 rockets on one pass, clean that up a little bit on a second pass if I need to. Okay, the wind is going to be, I can tell from the smokestacks, from my left to right, so I need to aim just a little bit left of the target as I come in here. Okay, let me go speed brakes out, dump off some altitude. Okay, confirm setup, bomb switch, about 45 mils, bomb, switch up, guns. You go all guns just in case I want to do some strafing on the way in. Okay, airspeed, 400 or so knots, 410. Okay, it's looking good. Let me go ahead and roll in. Speed brakes in. Okay, target dead ahead. Just got to follow the road. I don't like, well, I might have rolled out a little bit too soon. I don't like flying straight and level like this onto a target. I like to sort of come in offset if I can. But I'll take straight and level. It's a good setup. Smoke to my left. I don't see anything else around it. Okay, let me line up, concentrate on this rockets pass. Okay, so target's in sight. So I want to start with the pipper in front of it. I want to offset it just a little bit left of the target for wind. Okay, come on up. Coaxing it up a little bit with some back pressure right now. Okay, right about there. That's my first pass. Let me go ahead and throttle on up and get out of here. Let me move the aircraft around a little bit just in case they have AAA, which I do see some ground fire coming at me. Oh, that was a nice pass. Okay, column taking fire from my left.
Secondaries. Holy cow, look at this, still going. Great hit, Relic 1.
So from there, I come around again and pick up the secondary target. Not nearly as good a rockets pass. I was a little bit too close for that sight setting to work, and I was a little bit distracted because I got at that time a radio call telling me that I had enemy fighters entering the area. So I see that I still have just a little bit of time, so I decided to turn back around into the target area and strafe it before heading for home.
Aircraft over Gali. This is before radar station. We have detected 2 unknown enemy aircraft that have departed Kutasi and are heading straight at you. Altitude 26,000 feet climbing. Speed.
Okay, departed Kutasi heading straight at me.
Their bearing is 060.
Okay, 060. Okay, that's in front of me.
Our air defense system should provide protection enough to scare them off.
Okay, I can't resist making one more pass. This is such a perfect target. Okay, I've got guns pulled up. I'm going to come off right after I fire.
Hey, contrail spotted to the southeast.
Okay, yeah, I know. I couldn't resist that, though. Okay, let me come off right. Throttle up full. Okay, contrails to the southeast. That means that I need to just take it out here to the coast and turn right. Actually, I can turn right now. Okay, good burning vehicles down there in that area. Boy, I probably shouldn't have done that, actually. Okay, let me go ahead and go down low. I'll just take it down as low as I can. Stay in the ground clutter. Okay, contrails above me.
Enemy aircraft are now 12 miles away from the city of Sudini and closing in fast.
Okay, gotcha. My speed's up to pretty much max, above Mach 0.9 right now. It's going to be kind of hard to control. If I stay down here low in the ground clutter, I should be okay, depending on what type of aircraft these are. Let me trim it out right here. I hate being this fast down low because you lose a lot of control authority once you get transonic. Shockwaves start to build up and a lot of weird stuff starts to happen. So from here, I was just barely able to outrun these MiG-29s, staying down on the deck and making it back under the cover of my own air defenses. At which point it became routine again. I set up for a landing, taxi back to parking, and shut the aircraft down with heavy damage to both the primary and secondary target. So folks, that's going to do it for part 1 of this preview of the Museum Relic campaign. I'm going to come back in part 2 with a look at a MiG-15 mission. And like I said earlier, this was a heavily summarized version of the mission. If you want to see the entire thing planned, executed, and debriefed at the end in its entirety, then the link will be in the video description once that's available. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.